Good morning, everyone. This is Nate G. It is October 31st, Halloween. We're going to do a quick session in Thinkorswim, maybe on chart setting up or scanning, and off we go. So a lot of you are using the Thinkorswim through Schwab. If I They have a Street Smart Edge, which is going to be going away, I think. But they're moving to Thinkorswim because Schwab acquired TD Ameritrade. And just understanding how to trade in this platform is pretty important. I think from a charting perspective, Thinkorswim is much better than Street Smart Edge. And then I think TradingView from a charting perspective is much better than Thinkorswim. So it's like this ever-changing, better. Each system is better than the next. So I just shared my grid here with everyone, and then I can show you how to build these grids if you want to make changes to your own grid set. So if we go to if you want to open, I'm just going to open a basic brand new, see if I can open a brand new grid here. I guess I can do open the ticks as a single chart. There we go. Okay, so we have a single chart. These are the ticks. I'm going to change them to, let's say, Apple. And then I am going to go into my time frame. Is it my time frame? I'm going to turn my extended hours off so we don't have those gray areas. So if I want to make a multi-window grid, I'm going to come up here to this, 9 square box, show grid actions. And then I'm going to customize my grid. I'm going to click this checkbox. And so once I've done that, when I have a single grid up, I can start breaking it up. So I want to break it up vertically. So I'm going to break it up into 2 charts. And then I want to break each one of these in half. So now I have 4 total charts. And if I want to, see how this is set up here to 3. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put this one at 3. I'm going to put this one at 3. And I'm going to put this one at 3. So when I type in Google, because I spelled it wrong. All 3 charts come up. All 4 charts come up. And I can set this one, if this first one is 5 minutes, I can set this one to 30 minutes or whatever I want. I am going to turn my extended hours off so we don't see those. I have to do that in each chart. Okay, then I'm going to make this one a 78-minute. And I'm going to make this one a daily. This is just how I build these. You can make these anything you want, right? We don't need the sidebars on these. Okay. So then I'm going to add an active trader here. I'm going to need sidebars there. Let's see. Let's put that in there anyway. So I type in a ticker, but then I'm going to turn and I'm going to make sure my sidebar for this is clicked. And then I'm going to turn off the chart and I'm going to click active trader. And then I'm going to set this, because I'm trading options, to something different like a 4. And I'm going to leave the sidebars up here. And then this one, I am also going to split. And what I'm going to do here is make sure that these 4 charts are roughly the same size. So I'm going to move these over here like this. And then kind of extend these just a little bit so they're roughly even. I already have the TTM squeeze on these, and I can show you how to put those pieces in. And then here, R&D, this is a 34-inch curved ultra wide, but you're over on the right hand side. You're missing you're missing a chunk of the screen. You're missing about, I don't know, it's not quite it's probably a fifth, 1/5 of the screen to the right. I'm only showing you partial, right? Hooked up your 500 watt amp. Yeah, there is a way to get. I mean, most of these charts will be similar to TradeStation once we're done. Okay, so then on this section here, I'm gonna make this a $ tick. Okay, I usually like to put that at I like a 2-minute on the ticks. And then I'm going to split that in half. And then I'm going to split that in half. And then I'm going to go $ADD. Right? That's the advanced decline and the VIX. And I'm going to get rid of the sidebar, get rid of the sidebar, get rid of the sidebar. And of course, we would then need to get rid of the extended hours on the VIX. And this is where it becomes hard because when they're tiny like that, there we go. And then I double click that main bar and it goes small again. So then I have the grid the way I want it. And I'm just going to come up here and I'm going to uncheck customize the grid. And then right now, before I make any more changes, I'm going to save flexible grid as, you know, I'm going to title this one teaching. This is being recorded, Brock. Yep. So then when I get to my studies, I have a bunch of studies on this, but here's how we add the studies. Go up here to studies, we go edit studies, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to uncheck all the studies so we can create them again. Okay? Because I didn't start from a absolutely blank screen, but you will be if you're setting up a brand new TOS. Okay. Sorry, this just takes a second. So if you're setting up this brand new, you've just switched over, you know, from Schwab. On the ticks, your ticks should be fine. I like a 2-minute window on my ticks, or two-minute time frame. So if I can double click that. But what I don't need are extended hours on. And then I don't need any studies. I don't need a squeeze. I don't need VWAP. I don't need exponential moving averages. Okay, so I've got my ticks on a 2-minute time frame. Oh, let's do 2 minutes. 2 days, 2 minutes. That's perfect. And I've come in and I've made these 600 and 900 levels, minus 600, minus 900, just so I know where those lines are. And I have alerts set on 600. Okay, so as I close those, in the top right, Jardy, is the active trader. And I'll show you how this works here in a minute. So I've set this chart to a 5-minute. I've set this chart to a 30-minute. I've set this chart to a 78-minute. And I've set this chart to a daily. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to put my studies. I'm going to go to edit studies. And I have nothing in here right now. So the first thing I'm going to type in is a TTM squeeze. Okay, and I'm going to add selected, and I'm not going to change anything. So I'm going to hit apply. Okay, and then I'm going to come back here. I'm going to type in EMA. What did I have on here before? Let's see, moving average. Here we go. Moving average exponential, move av exponential. We are going to add that. And then we are going to add another one. We're going to hit the gear icon on the first one. I'm going to change that to an 8 on your length. And then I'm going to change the color. I tend to like a blue for my 8. Okay. And then we've got the gear icon. We've got the 21. I tend to like a white for my 21. And I actually like it a little bit bigger. The 21 is kind of the important one. So I make that a width of 2. And I hit OK. And then if you want to put the 55, like Nate Bear has, you're going to add it again. You're going to click the gear icon. You're going to change that to a 55. You're going to change this. I believe his is orange. And I believe his is also a 2 width. Okay, so we're going to apply all of those. So now you can see they're on the chart up here, right? Now on this chart, so here's what I want to do. I want all of those. You want Bollinger Bands on these as well. So you type in Bollinger Bands, you click that, you add selected, and then you hit the gear icon. And your midline, your color, you're going to make a really, really dark gray. This is your midline here with a 1. And then lower band, we don't want to see, wait a second, sorry. Midline, we don't want to see, so we're going to unclick all of these. Apologize for that. Lower band, we're going to make a dark gray. And then upper band, we're going to make the same dark gray. Okay. So they blend in. So we see those, but we don't see the midline. We don't need to see the middle. So when we put that on our chart and then we hit apply, we can see we've got the Bollinger Bands on there. And you can make those even lighter or darker in this case. So we can go here, go more, and say, no, I want those to, basically disappear. Because really, you don't want them getting in the way. You just kind of want to know where they are. So make that even darker. Okay. And then hit apply. There they are. You can see them, but they're not, messing up your view, right? Okay, so we've got the TTM squeeze, we've got the Bollinger Bands, we've got our EMAs, And then if you want, we're going to put volume profile on the chart. Whoops. Volume profile. You're going to click that. You're going to add selected. And then you're going to hit the gear icon. On expansion is no. I think that's the only one. I say show point of control, but I don't show value areas. Value areas are no. And then I change my opacity to 10 because I want it to be kind of in the back. And then I hit OK. And then I hit apply. So now, I hit OK. On this chart, we have the 8 EMA, the 21 EMA, the 55 EMA. We have the Bollinger bands, and we have volume profile. Are we missing anything that you would like on these charts? Are we still going? Can you still hear me? Oh, you'd like VWAP? Okay, so let's do this. Let's only put VWAP on the intraday chart because VWAP's not going to help you on a 30-minute, 78-minute, and a daily. Okay, so the point of control is on the chart, right? It's this red line right here on your volume profile. And so if you want to see this bigger, you can double click up here and you can see you've got more volume profile lines. Here's your point of control, right? Those are your candles. Tom, I can go through, or Tom, I can go through volume profile in another session. There's a bunch of videos on it. I've got those on my YouTube. So does D-Man. And the point of control is just where the most people are within this volume node here. See all of those people. And right here is where most of them are. So it just helps us with support and resistance levels. 3Bs, anchored VWAP is something you place on the chart when you want to know where it is. It's not something that's just is dynamically there. VWAP, on the other hand, we can put on there. So this is my 5-minute chart, or 1 minute, depending on what you want. But it has all of the key important indicators on it other than VWAP. So what I'm going to do is go to studies, and I'm going to save this study set as TTM squeeze. I mean, name it whatever you want, right? TTM squeeze chart. Okay. Then you're going to hit save. Did that come up? I think maybe the way my window is working. Oh no, it came up. It should have come up. Let's see if that happens again. Save study set. Oh yeah, good. Okay, it comes up. So now that we have that, I'm going to come over to this chart, my 30-minute chart, and I'm going to say studies, load study set, if I could speak. And then, what did I just call that? That's interesting. Here we go, TTM squeeze chart. So when I put that in here, it's going to load everything we just put on our chart. You know, and the OCD in me wants these to be, level, right? And then I'm going to do the same over here. Load study set, TTM squeeze chart. And then I'm going to come over here and go load study set, TTM squeeze chart. So now I have the TTM squeeze and all my indicators on all 4 charts. I've hooked them all together. I've made sure that they're all the same number. And then I can come back in here to this one and go edit studies and add VWAP on the intraday chart. And then I like to come in here and say, I don't need an upper band. I don't need a lower band. What I do need is my VWAP. You can leave it pink if you want. I like to make it a dotted line. Oh, sorry. Let's change that. Go back to that regular line. Go back to draw as and do the dots right there. And then hit apply. And then that puts in your VWAP on this chart on your intraday. So it's the pink dots. You can make them white dots. You can make them pink dots. Doesn't matter. You can even leave it as a line. But I like to make it dots because then it separates it from the EMAs that are on the chart. Okay, so now that we've done that, we've got our active trader here. We've got our tick chart here. We've got our advanced decline and our VIX. We've got our EMAs and Bollinger bands on these charts. Okay, now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to save that flexible grid. And since I've already saved it once, it should just load it again. I just want to make sure that everything gets saved in. And I'm going to overwrite it. Okay, now as I'm searching through charts, all four of those are going to change. Right? So I can look at a 5-minute, a 30-minute, a 78-minute, and a daily all at the same time. See if there's a squeeze anywhere or anything that I like. And when you get your master watch lists over here on the left-hand side, when you get those figured out, or you start using a squeeze scan, now you can, since these are all hooked to 3, you can set your watch list as also to 3. So now if I'm scanning for stocks, I just click on the watch list. And in theory, there we go, Chipotle. They all load up. I like that chart and spot. And you can just scan through your stocks, looking at them on different time frame charts. And then you have your active trader here set to something different, not a 3. If you were trading stock, you would set it to a 3, the same, so that when you pulled it up, you'd be able to trade the stock. But we're trading options, and we still want to be able to see the stock, right? The charts. So we're going to change that to something different, a 4. And then let's say we wanted to buy some Tesla. We like Tesla here. Let's say we like Tesla long here. We'd flip over to this Tesla trade here. This is the option chain, right? This is the option chain. Let's say we wanted to go out 10 days. We wanted to buy at the monies. So we're going to right click the calls on the left side. I'm going to copy that. We're going to flop back to this chart and we're going to paste it in right here. Okay, so now you can see, and you don't need the volume over here. You can get rid of that by using the gear icon. Let's see. Actually, I think it's here. Yeah, we can get rid of that. Remove that. Okay. Right, and then you can also put P&L to the open over here, which is kind of nice. So it'll show you, your profit and loss by dollar amount in red and green. So that's kind of nice. but you have to have an order. So you're going to hit this gear icon, customize, and you're going to go P&L to the open, add that, and so you can make that a little bit bigger if you want. So when you take a trade, this will show you, profit and loss up and down. It looks a little like, it looks like this. And, here's your zero line. Here's your profit dollars, plus and minus. And then you're making orders in there. I'm a little bit underwater in that NVIDIA short, but it hasn't completely broken down yet. So I'm just leaving that in there. But that's what that looks like. So then here I'm looking at the Tesla calls, right? And if I wanted to make a trade based on what I see on the chart, I could buy one, right? I could buy one, I could buy 5, right? You can change your quantities here. And then if you want it to go automatically, you want this auto send checked. That just means as soon as I hit this button, the order's in. Okay, and then you're selling on this side, buy and sell. But if you want a confirmation window, so you don't screw anything up, we call it fat fingering the trade, right? Then you want to make sure that this is unchecked, so it doesn't auto send. It gives you a little warning. For me, this will be the recording for this will, I can't post my recordings in here yet. So it'll be posted on YouTube, and there's the link. But we should be able to post videos in here soon. So, does anybody have any questions on how to set up your basic charts to look like TradingView charts? If you're a Thinkorswim. Billy, the squeeze on the watch list over here, I've done a video on that. That's also on YouTube. To build this, there's a video. It's lesson number 11 on the quick lessons. Now you have to build it yourself. I can't share it for whatever reason. It doesn't share. But you can also, I'll go over it quickly. You can also set up a scan, and I'll show you the scan that I have loaded up right now. Let's see here. It is TTM squeeze 30-minute ATR weekly. This is the scan that I have running right now that populates this watch list here. And it's set up to show whenever there is a 30-minute squeeze with some criteria that it is, in a bullish uptrend. And I'm happy to share that scan, and then you can make changes to it if you need to. There's the scan. And then then you just have to create a watch list and go find that scan. And once you place it in there, it sort of automatically, dynamically updates as squeezes pop up on that time frame. Yes. Damien, yes, I did a video on how to set up your charts in TradingView. That is also It is also on YouTube. Let me see if I can just give you a... Let's see. There we go. It's the first one that comes up. So let me share that. This is a TradingView setup video. That's how to do it yourself. And I can share, I can definitely share my TradingView setup, but you'll learn a lot more if you build it yourself by following the video. You know what I mean? We kind of learn by doing versus having somebody do it for us. Oh, good. Golfer 80, I'm glad. I use a 65-minute versus an hour because it's an even number of candles in the day. That's why I like 78 and 130 because there's six candles in a day on a 65-minute chart because really your day is 6 hours and 30 minutes. Right? So it's just a lot cleaner, I feel like, and you're going to get roughly the same results. I mean, it's only a 5-minute difference. Now on TOS, you don't have that much flexibility. So you have to make your own time frames. So here, if you don't have a 78-minute already on there, you'll have 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, and you'll see these other ones that have just a little clock next to them. You have to go build those, and you do that by customizing your list. And you say, add time frame, and then you go intraday, and then you use this little slider, and you say, okay, I want, you get it kind of close to where it gives you some minutes, and then you just change it to 78 minutes, and then you want to make sure you've got probably 20 or 30 days. That would be an hour 18, right? But I think if you do that, aggregation period 70, I think it's, so let's say we did that. No, that's still at a 90. There we go. It just takes a minute to kind of get it to that 78-minute. And then you add it and then move it up and down. So like if I added it here and then I move it up to where I want my 78-minute, just below my hour if I want them in order. And then I'd create the next one. So that's how you add those off time frames. Yeah, I am a Mac guy for sure. Warren, are you asking me if I'm still holding crowd? No, I'm not in crowd. I don't know if there's a squeeze indicator on TradeStation. I don't use TradeStation. Okay, any other questions for me before I jump off here? or anything else you want me to show you in Thinkorswim. We're getting our little pukage here in the indices. We're now below VWAP on the SPY. Here's our 5-minute SPY chart. I don't know why it won't open. Open, please. Hello. There it goes. So we've broken below VWAP there. We'll see what happens. We might just get a bounce. The Qs are, as you can see, are kind of holding here. But just a range-bound day, right? So taking shots off these lower ranges is not a bad idea. See, we broke down and reclaimed on Microsoft, right? So here was the levels we were taking shots today, this morning. We did a little breakdown and quick reclaim. So this level is still pretty valid to me. If we're going to stay pretty rangy and we're on the bottom side of most of these ranges, that's a pretty good risk reward spot to take a shot if you're into that sort of thing. Yeah, Karen, I can do another session on the put. They're not always put credit spreads, but credit spreads to earn money. I usually do them on a 0 DTE. And you're selling the option, so you're selling the either call or put, and then you're buying one behind it as protection. And the idea is you're letting theta work in your favor, so that the option expires at 100% because you've sold it. And so the idea, and you close them sometimes if the market starts to go against you, or you get your 50% pretty quickly. But that's kind of the idea behind the 0 DTE credit spreads. How is CME? I have no idea. Let's look. What are you playing in CME, Chris? Oh, and for those of you who we talked about flipping charts yesterday, if you want to do that in Thinkorswim, you just put a minus symbol in front of the name, and it flips the chart for you. So you can see, like, if you're trying to look, does this look like a good short? And you're used to playing most things long, you can flip the chart and decide if you like it, long or short. So it's just a minus sign in front of the symbol. Okay. Well, that is it for me for the day. I'll be around. Nate is out today. It's his son's birthday. Nate Bear, and D-Man has some family stuff going on. So I don't know if he'll be on later or not, but I would not count on it. If we get some fireworks into the close, maybe I'll come back on this afternoon. But it just kind of looks like a range-bound day to me. At least that's the way it feels. Before we pick a direction later in the week, so which I'm hoping is up, but you never know. Right now I would like Nvidia to just die for me just a little bit, down to VWAP. That would be nice, because I am playing that short. because you can see, I mean, this is pretty clear as day here, right? We've got this ledge here, right there, that we actually broke under. There's kind of two things going on there. And then when you come into like a 5-minute chart, we also have, we broke the ledge, we've come back up and retested that area, and then we also kind of have this sort of thing here, right? We had a little ledge there, and so as we came down, you know, we dropped out of that ledge, and we came back up and retested both that dropout level and this sort of trend line that was being created, this shelf. And so this area here was where I started my short, expecting if we get some continued weakness, a rollover. This is a break and retest, right, on a larger time frame. So if you see that, you know, you can look out on a daily and you can see this ledge is pretty important. And so, you know, I'm looking for a little intraday, maybe into tomorrow, flush on this break and retest. We'll quickly know if this is a break and reclaim, right? That also can happen. So we'll know here pretty soon. Mitch, just scroll up in chat. There's the Nate bot. It says check out Nate G's recordings, and then there's the link right there. Oh, there it is. Bingo. That's how you get it. And then you can kind of dig around in there. You know, there's a bunch of quick lessons, most in TOS. I haven't redone those in Thinkorswim in TradingView, but then there's all the sessions that we do in here get posted up there, including this one. Yes, I am playing it to go lower, 365, but you know what could be happening right now. It's kind of at a do or die point. We have to decide if this is a breakdown, or it has to decide if this is a breakdown and reclaim, and then we just continue on up in this pattern, because that can certainly happen. You know, you see my line there, my dotted line. You know, we've broken down, but have we worked our way back in? You know, will this then, you know, reclaim, retest, and then start to work its way back up inside of this larger pattern? Whoop, sorry, that was a really weird looking line. Anyway, that's supposed to be a straight line there. And then, or have we broken down and are just retesting that level, and then we'll continue our roll further? TBD, right? So I'm just taking a shot here with a tight stop, thinking that it's a breakdown and retest, meaning we'll go lower. But it's just a calculated shot with a good risk reward. So yes, I'm not expecting it to. I think it will, but that doesn't mean that's what's going to happen, right? That's what I'm betting on, essentially. Settings for VP are this, if you want to take a screenshot. Mambo Bob. And that's usually the trick, is if one of us shows you our settings, it's just snap a screenshot, and then you can go back to it. Okay, that's it for me. I'm going to jump off. I will talk to you maybe later today, if not that, tomorrow. Everyone have a wonderful Halloween if you have kids, or if you're just a kid at heart. So take care.